Hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of Heart and Soul. I am your host, Sochiata, and today we are diving into a topic that feels like a warm cup of tea on a rainy morning. We are talking about the transformative power of a morning routine. Joining me today in the studio is someone who has mastered the art of the early hours, the wonderful Mr. Saroon.
Thank you so much for having me, Sochata. It is truly a joy to be here to discuss something that has quite literally changed the trajectory of my life. You know, for the longest time, I thought of the morning as an enemy to be defeated. I would hit the snooze button 5 times and drag myself into the day with a sense of dread.
I think so many of us can relate to that feeling, that frantic scramble to find your keys while trying to swallow a piece of burnt toast. It feels like you were starting the race 10 miles behind everyone else, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's a state of constant reactivity. But once you realize that the first hour of your day acts as the rudder for the rest of your ship, everything changes. If you set that rudder with intention, you can navigate even the choppiest waters with a sense of inner calm.
I love that metaphor, the rudder for the ship. So tell me, Mr. Saroon, when you first started shifting your habits, what was that internal shift like? Was it an immediate feeling of peace, or was it a struggle?
To be honest, Sochiata, it was a bit of a struggle at first. My body wanted to stay in the comfort of the blankets. But there was this one morning where I decided to sit in silence for just 5 minutes before checking my phone. The feeling of the cool air on my face and the sound of the birds waking up. It felt like I was finally meeting myself for the first time in years.
Meeting yourself. That is such a powerful way to put it. In our world, we are constantly meeting everyone else's needs first. Our bosses, our families, our social media feeds. We forget to check in with the person in the mirror.
Exactly. A morning routine is not about productivity, though that is a byproduct. It is about sovereignty. It is about claiming a piece of time that belongs solely to you. It is an act of self-love that says, my peace is worth more than the chaos of the world.
I love that. So for our listeners who might be feeling overwhelmed, where do they start? If they only have 15 minutes, what are the core elements that provide that sense of grounding?
I always recommend the 3 pillars: hydration, movement, and stillness. Drink a tall glass of water to wake up your organs. Move your body, even if it's just a light stretch to tell your nervous system you are alive. And then sit in silence, not to think, but to listen to the silence itself.
Listening to the silence. That sounds so healing. I found that when I started incorporating just 10 minutes of meditation, my patience at work skyrocketed. I stopped being the person who snapped at every little email.
That is the magic of it. You create a buffer. A morning routine builds a reservoir of calm that you carry with you into the afternoon. When the storm hits later in the day, you realize you still have some of that morning stillness inside you.
And what about the people who say they just aren't morning people? I have friends who swear their brains don't even turn on until noon. Is there hope for the night owls?
There is always hope. It's not about the hour the sun rises. It is about the ritual of waking up. Whether you wake at 5 a.m. or 10 a.m., the first hour after you open your eyes is your sacred time. The key is to avoid the digital world. The moment you look at a screen, you have invited thousands of voices into your head before you have even heard your own.
That is such a profound point, the digital invasion. We often don't realize how much we are giving away our power by scrolling through the news or social media first thing. It's like letting a crowd of strangers into your bedroom while you're still in your pajamas.
Precisely. You are giving them your attention, which is your most valuable currency. By choosing a routine, you are investing that currency in yourself. You start to feel more confident, more stable, and more creative because you've nurtured the roots of your being.
With warmth, I can feel the energy in the room shifting just talking about this. It feels like a permission slip to slow down, to not rush, to actually taste the coffee, to feel the floor beneath your feet.
It truly is. I remember a morning recently where I watched the light change on the wall while I sat with my thoughts. I felt this overwhelming sense of gratitude for just being alive. That feeling didn't come from a big accomplishment. It came from the simple act of being present in my own morning. That is the true power we are talking about.
That is beautiful, Mr. Saroon. a reminder that life happens in those small, quiet moments. As we wrap up today's session, what is one final thought or a small challenge you would give to our listeners for tomorrow morning?
My challenge is simple. Tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone or turn on the radio, find 3 minutes of total silence. Just 3 minutes. Close your eyes, breathe, and notice how it feels to simply exist. You might find that those 3 minutes are the most important part of your entire day.
A perfect challenge. I am going to do that right along with all of you. Thank you so much, Mr. Saroon, for sharing your wisdom and your heart with us today. It has been a true gift.
It has been my pleasure, Sochiata. May everyone find their own slice of peace tomorrow morning.
And thank you for joining us on Heart and Soul. Remember, your morning belongs to you. Protect it, nurture it, and watch how it transforms your life. We will see you next time.